Wait, we're on week 3. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Ah.
Last week we did the Benjamin, the plaster cast, and we mapped him out, and then we mapped out the shadow and light. And so today we're going to start with a warm up. Last week we did the tornadoes, the value, from using your hand.
Mhm.
Were you able to do that, Jeannie? Did you try to do it?
No, I didn't try to do it yet.
Okay, you'll have to try that. And it's really when you're shading, it's really about that pressure, the way you hold your pencil and the pressure of your hand. And whenever I shade, I I use my pencil like this. So I'm pushing, I don't shade like this. I shade on the side of my pencil lead and I push down. And it's like a foot pedal on a gas. The harder you press, the darker it is, the lighter you go, the lighter the lead or the lighter the value. And it's all about back. You probably saw the video
Yes.
where
I
we're
mean, I thought it was a well demonstrated lesson that way. I think I got it. I mean, I understood what it was.
you understood it. Okay.
And I
Yeah.
understood how it would make that shading because how I commented on my one drawing, I felt like it was just looked dirty, like dirt on the face. When you and that was, I think, because of the irregularity. I draw it and I draw a few. Uh, I'd use some lead and then I'd rub it, but it didn't give that graduated look or that consistent
Yeah, the
look.
smooth look. And a lot of times too, you might not be putting enough graphite on the page.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we're first starting, we don't want to mess it up too quick and we don't get a nice, but that's all right. And some of that's your style. So I've seen a little bit of both. I like that really well, I don't know. I'm looking around at my drawings. I like doing real flat fields of color. I also like to be more sketchy. So it depends on what the drawing's calling for at that time. But if it's looking dirty, it's probably because you don't have enough graphite on
Oh, never thought of that.
it. So we're going to get started. So we're going to do wait, yeah. And let me see. Wait, I'm gonna stop share real quick. I'm gonna spotlight myself. So what you'll need your sketchbook, a 6B pencil, and a circle, like a cup or something that you could draw around, like a template. And let's go ahead and get started. So this is one of the first things I teach in my basic drawing class, and it's really good. Um, it's all about how you make things look real. Sorry if I'm a little disjointed. We've had a lot going on lately. Share, share. Okay, so I do this exercise with a ball, and so often when we put light on a ball, when people do the shading on it, they treat the ball separate from the table. So I'm going to teach you a different way to do it, and you're going to get the sense of reality so quick. It's a lot of fun to do. So when you have the light hit the top, then you have a highlight. You have the transitional between the light and the shadow. I call it the bedbug line. This is the core shadow, the darkest. There's reflective shadow, and then the cast shadow. So all that, just kind of let that. You might know it already, but we'll just move on. So when you're putting light on this ball, it's like you have a value scale that lays over. It goes from light to dark. And this one isn't, it doesn't start at white on this. It has a little bit of a mid-tone to it. And then it goes down to dark, but not to black. So the range of value goes from here to about here. Kind of like our skin tone, because our skin isn't pure white. Sometimes mine's pasty, but it's not pure white, right? Um,
Mhm.
it has some value to it, color. So if it has color, color has value. So when you take a black and white photo, there is some light mid-tone to it. So I'm going to do a quick demo on um, how to draw this. And I just realized something. I'm going to stop share. I'm going to share two screens. I wonder if I could do this. Sorry. I've been setting up my cameras. Just a minute. Let me check. What do I have here? Yeah, I don't have it there. Um, mm, I'm thinking out loud right now. Um, I know I could do it. I got it figured out. Let me grab my iPad. Mm, shoot. Okay, I'm just gonna do a demo. I've done this so often that it's easy peasy. Light's coming from here. So here's my light. And then what I do is I draw a circle, a light circle. And when the light's hitting here, the light's on this side of the ball, there's a contour line that goes around the ball because it's a round ball. And it goes from the light to the shadow. And then because the light is coming through this way, the cast shadow will come this way. And there's a lot about a cast shadow, but I'm just going to draw something that doesn't look like a tongue. Can you see that okay?
Yep.
Now, when you do it, you want to keep it light. So what I'm going to do is I'm treating this like a shadow shape. I don't want to shade the ball and then shade the table. I want to shade it all together. So I'll just go in and start laying in some value. So it's all about cast shadow and light, and the edges between. So I'm just going to quickly throw in some value here. And I know that and I use the side of my finger to start laying in value. And cast shadows, the edge near the ball is sharper, meaning the separation of shadow to light, it's a harder edge. And as the shadow moves away from an object, it diminishes, or soft edge. And I'm really gonna move this. And I'm gonna try to keep my, yeah. So do you see how this is already starting to look, you can recognize what it is, right?
Yeah.
Now, the thing about outlines flatten. So if you want something to look flat, you put an outline on it. If you want it to look real, Then you get rid of the outlines. And then I'm just, and this is a real soft edge here because it's wrapping around the ball. Okay. So let me share so that you can see the ball. So you can you see me okay this little bit? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a really soft edge from here to here. The outside, do you see how this is a soft edge? And the transition, the cast shadow right here is a harder edge. Now I've kept this all one shadow shape. There's no separation of the ball from the table, not yet. Once I get it as flat as a pancake as I can, then this is when the magic happens. I'm going to separate the ball from the table. Now, with your eyes wide open, do you see this light right here, this little reflective light right there?
Yes.
Yeah.
If I were to cut a little piece of that out, it's going to be darker than anything in the light. Because when you squint your eyes, just gently squint your eyes, do you see how it disappears? Let your eyes relax. This is all one shadow shape. Do you see that? Soft edge, hard edge, soft edge. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and I'll show you what to do here. So it already is starting to look like a ball with light on it. Now, what you do here is the cast shadow is a little bit darker right next. So I'm creating an edge between the table and the ball. And I need to put more color on it. And I'm gradating or I'm letting the dark go out. I'm not doing an outline. An outline could be half an inch thick. I'm pulling the value out. So I'm creating a hard edge here. And I'm pulling the value out. And I'm keeping everything nice and smooth. This is how Vermeer, this is how you get that sense of reality so quick doing this. So do you see how the ball is starting to pop off the table?
A little bit.
And then so as I do it, this part right here, it's just a little dimmer on the back of the ball. And I'll have it so that you guys can see it when you're trying. I'll just darken this a little bit. And everything has to be nice and smooth. And then to get the ball to look round, I'm just going to put a little bit of value over here. And you want to be careful not to go around the ball. You want to create a halo, but the light comes through here.
What's going on with your hands?
I'm
Okay. So something was going on with the filming,
Oh, was
I think.
it?
Yeah, it
Was
was
it?
like going, it was like you were doing the same motions over and over again and you weren't touching the paper. I was like, wait, what? You have to watch the replay.
All right, I will. Did it look like magic or something?
It's cool. It was like hand signals going really fast.
Oh my gosh, I just threw a pencil.
Okay.
So give it a try. If you go in darker, heavier hand, things are going to light and pop up. But do you see how it's starting to look like a ball?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
it started all with when you lay in that value, you don't want to do the ball and then the table, you want to do it together. Okay. So give that a try. And I'm going to share. So lay in the value completely, draw the circle, put in the transition, separation of shadow and light about right here. Draw a cast shadow, trying to make it not look like a tongue. Shade it all in as one piece. And it's always just a comparison. So when I look at the photo, it's darker up here on the ball and lighter down here on the table. So I'm just going to darken, create a hard edge on the ball, and then tickle the color into the ball. And wait, I'll show you. I'll let you guys work on that. And you can make this glow just using big pieces of shadow. Flat as a pancake. You want your shadows to be flat as a pancake. If there's anything in the background, like pattern back there, it'll distract from the reality of the ball. And then you could flatten your eraser and you could pull some highlight out. You can brighten it up a little bit.
Hmm. Oh, apparently my internet is unstable. Huh. Shouldn't be. Storm's not coming till Saturday. Come on, people.
The internet's getting prepared for it too. How are we doing? Oh, that's what I want to do. Can't see you guys. And the hardest edge, when I look at the photo, the hardest edge is the darkest dark to lightest light. And that would be right here. And to get a nice hard edge, you just go along and just clean it up.
I can't see you up there.
I can't either. I was just gonna say that. Can you swatch out the objects with you? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So like up here, the hardest edge is here. It's the darkest dark and the lightest light. And
Yeah.
when I look at that ball, it's right here. So I don't necessarily make it darker. I just come in and because do you see if I get too dark, it becomes a line. So just
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and just clean up the edge a little bit. Clean up this edge a little bit. Make sure this falls out. Do you see how it gradates from dark here? And I just pushed it way out. This is a soft edge. A soft edge could be 20 feet. It can gradate from dark to light. It can go forever. And I've got these little lines in here. What I
Mm-hmm.
do there is I create a little point on my kneaded eraser and I just kiss them out. And I just go along the dark line and lift it. And then just knit it back together. Because it will look real if you have everything nice and flat. I moved my studio, so I've got stuff here, there, and everywhere. I'll share there we go. Okay, how we doing? Everyone's so quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Are the balls popping off the table?
I see what you did up at the top. I missed that part.
This part?
Yeah.
Let me do it again. So
No,
when
I
you're
get
up
it.
here,
Yeah.
you want to just lay in like a light field of value and then
To
don't
smooth it out.
smooth it out. Try not to do this, and then you end up with this halo. You want to push it out because the light's coming this direction. So the shadow,
Uh-huh.
you want the shadow to go in that direction.
Notes. Where's my large pencil?
And I'm just
Good
doing it
tip.
quick and dirty. And Jeannie, when I'm blending, I'm really pushing in the page. I'm not gentle with the paper at all. I'm moving the material. And then if I need to, I darken. The thing about values is not go dark real fast, but just kind of work up to it. it's easier to like slowly put layers of value on top of each other. And I'll just do this with my pencil. I let it move, and then I pull it out. Yeah. The cool thing about this is you're drawing shadow shapes. You're not really drawing what we would traditionally think of as drawing. This is
Mm-hmm.
just pieces of shadow that are breaking down and the edges between. That's how you control paintings. You know, when you have a muddy painting, you just darken and create an edge. When you can master this, this is what yeah, it's really fun. But there will be no mastery today. Today is just play.
I like that idea of pushing it, pushing it. I'm not pushing it, I'm circling it. That was what I did wrong.
Yeah, do you feel the difference?
Yeah, well, I can see it. I can see the difference.
It kind of goes into halo, and then you're trying to pull it out. Whenever I'm doing this type of drawing, I feel as if my hand is going around the ball. I feel as if I'm pushing on a wall. I I, I move my hand in the direction like this is back and forth, but the ball is around. And when you go around things, usually it's a light touch to dark touch. I just, it almost becomes sculptural. And I say that because when you start drawing people, if you can start thinking as if you're actually touching the face, not a piece of paper, but just imagine your hand is touching that face. And that's when things start, that reality of real and unreal and creating that feeling, that gesture. And it'll take your drawings from being flat to having that form. Okay. Just let me see what you guys are doing. Let's take a
Well, it's not very good.
uh oh wait, let me just hold it. Julie, it looks good. Just meant no, okay. Yeah, you got it. And if you see, do you see, and yeah, Allison, make sure like it in here, like Julie first, do you see that band of
Yeah,
dark on the ball?
yeah,
Just go ahead and pull it up. So when
pull
I
it
do
up.
that,
Okay.
I flick my finger up as if I'm moving around the ball. Allison, do you see down here in the shadow? Did you see it? You saw it. Once, so I'm helping you train your eyes. Once you see it, now you're going to look at shadows differently. And because there can't be any light. And I'll show you on here. Jeannie, how you doing? You want to hold your drawing up?
No.
Oh, well, everyone close their eyes. Let me see, Jeannie.
All right, well, look away.
No,
We're
it's
we're
not
looking
right.
down.
I don't have the perspective. I mean, the lighting's not right on it. So,
Oh, no judge. Let me see where you're at. Lift it up higher, higher. Yeah, you're doing it. You got it. Right now you're in the beginning stages, so watch this video again and play with it if you want. But really, do you see how on the ball right here,
yeah.
your lines go this way? Take your thumb and do this. Just pull it around. And then pull it up and go lighter. And if this is the first time you've done it, look what you can do. And I gave you the quick version. I do this, we take a whole class and just do this shading like this, the value ball and stuff.
Good refresher for sure. Yeah. Different technique. I like it.
Yeah, It makes it easier, doesn't it? Jeannie. And the cast shadow, just pull it out as if you're wiping off the table. Okay.
All right.
Let me see. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
A little better. Not quite,
Yeah.
but I get it. I need the better paper. I'm gonna go grab some
The paper will make
paper
a difference.
upstairs too. Yeah. Well, I didn't get there, so I had a busy weekend. Well, should have just sent it to my daughter and told her to order it on Amazon and ship it to me. That's what she does all the time. I
You'll get it by
would have it.
tomorrow. It's just, it's crazy how quick stuff
It's
comes
just
around.
amazing. You don't have to go anywhere. You just order it and it shows up on your front porch.
And you don't have to drive around trying to find it.
Yeah.
There's some silicone brushes I'm going to buy, and I don't even know where I would buy them at. So I'm gonna have
Silicone
everyone take it.
brooches?
I want to show everyone something real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, they're for I'm using, well, yeah. Okay, let me have your eyeballs real quick.
Okay.
So this right here, remember that reflected light? Let me do share. Remember this reflected light right here?
Yeah.
So many times my students will say, no, that's really light, but let me show you what happens on mine if I do what you think it is. So if I go in and this is what happens, if you make that really light, because they're like, no, that is light. Now let me do this. So do you see how that sticks out
Yep.
like a sore thumb? This area right here.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense from the way your light's going. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
So the point, what I'm like real quick is you got the family of darks, the family of shadow, and the family of light. Anything in the dark side cannot be light.
Hmm.
In a drawing, you can't have it. Otherwise, it falls apart. So I'll just push it back in. I'll add value. I'll soften the edge and then see how it changed. And if I want to make it look lighter, I just tighten up the edge. So I just gave you guys a lot. This is a lot of information. I just compacted 2 years of my training with my teacher into this little ball. So if it feels awkward or weird, it's okay. Just let it wash over you. Okay, everyone, would you like you to do something? And I can't change my camera. Where's my camera? Ugh, my brain just stopped. Okay, shake it up.
Turn the page.
Turn the page. You can go crazy on this. You can really get crazy on it. And it's so much fun. But the big piece I want you to understand or maybe catch is you've got the shadow side and the lit side. You want to keep them separate. Okay? All right. So let's talk about the what we're going to work on today. We're going to start doing facial features. Any questions about this? Good?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're going to look at facial features. So I just had you copy a part of it, but let's talk about some eye truths. Let's talk about eyes. And I'm going to point some things out. All right, this side. All right. First of all, we talked about on the plaster cast, the center line of the nose. So when you have the center line of the nose, and no matter how you tilt your head, your eyes are going to tilt with that nose. But we're going to look at the eyes today. The eyes sit inside the I'm sorry. I want to share something. Let's see. Let's see if it does it. Let's switch camera. There. Well. All right. All right. Anyhow, let's see. So the eyes sit on a separate plane. So you've got the forehead and the eyes sit back in. So when the light is hitting here, your eyes are going to be in shadow. And you can see on the, and I've got to fix this. I want to touch my face. This isn't working the way I want it to. I'm sorry. I'm struggling. Do you hear me whine? Okay.
Yep, I heard that.
Good night.
It's okay. Just relax. It'll be okay.
I'm gonna cry. Okay, you get my eyes. I'm like, this is boring looking at that drawing. I'm bored with it. Okay, eyes. When we're lit, our eyes sit inside of our face. So we have this plane here and then it goes under. So your eyes are dimmer than the light on the forehead, right? And so the white of the eyes aren't always white. Sometimes they have some value. And the cool thing I found out, I was curious, okay, the eyeball and the iris. I'm like, did you know that the iris is half the diameter of the eyeball?
No
Isn't
way.
that cool? And the eyeball, you could feel it, it goes
Yeah.
here and goes here. And the center of the eye, the center of the iris is usually higher than the corner of the eyes.
Can you say that again?
The center of the iris, right
Okay.
up to the head,
Okay.
the center of my eyeball is higher than the corner of the eyes. So the corner of
Yes,
the
it
eyes
is.
are lower. Do you see?
Hmm?
And then the top lid goes over the eyeball. And usually the top lid is rounder than the lower lid because the lower lid is a stationary lid. So the lower lid is like a cup that's holding the ball. So typically the lower lid is not
Inside a
so
little bit.
roundy. Also, eyelids have thickness.
That's why it always looks like it stays behind your eye. Oh, because it's fixed.
Yeah, this is
Like
fixed.
that. So it stays, it's almost like, if you drew like planes on your
Yeah,
face, right? It would be behind your iris because
it's still, you mean the bottom one?
yeah.
Well, it depends on where you put your iris, but usually, do you see how on my eyes, the iris, the lids cut my iris? Do you see that?
Hmm.
Some people have this where you can see both, but mine, the lids cup and like cover the iris. It depends because some people, when I look up, then you can see the bottom of the iris. When I look way down, so my eyes are kind of, they aren't really thick, like big. And another thing too is over here, the way it breaks out, the top lid goes over the bottom lid. So the top line goes over the bottom lid. And because my lids have thickness, it's a little thickness, when the light comes down, it's going to hit this eyelid and do a cast shadow on the eyeball.
Hmm.
And something else that's really important, these catch the light. So you're going to have a light line underneath. Do you see that?
Hmm.
This one, big time.
I've seen it on my face actually.
Can you see it on
Sometimes,
yours?
sometimes. Oh, those Zoom calls I have.
You get
Yeah.
the big stare.
If I have my contacts in, yeah, it's like got these big eyes. I started wearing my glasses because somebody made a comment that it was terrible. So I just started wearing my glasses.
Oh,
Why
okay.
are you looking at my eyes? Why are you looking at my eyes? I don't know you. Anyway,
The
sorry.
way the iris is like a pie pan, and this is a little bit weird, but you'll see it. So the iris isn't the same value from one side to the other because when the light comes in one direction, it hits the opposite side of the iris. So the color on the left side is good, and you'll see that now. It isn't just all one value. There's that light and dark and reflection or highlights. Um, let's see. And then eyelashes. Eyelashes aren't like straight up. They they follow the top line of the lid and they flip up. And I wouldn't show any lower eyelashes. It can get really weird if you do. Um, like mine, you don't even see them. It looked like those old, when you put mascara on your eyes and you have those clumps.
Yep.
That can happen. A lot of times when I'm drawing, I don't even put eyelashes on. I don't even do it. I just darken it, indicate them. All right. Those are the truths about our eyes. Make sure I got all of them.
So you don't put eyelashes on the top even?
Not when I'm drawing it. A lot of times I don't. They don't. They aren't
It
needed.
makes sense. It makes sense to me, but yeah.
I'll thicken the line. So many times people think that to make someone look like them, you have to get everything perfect. You got to get all those details. But when you start getting all those details, it actually starts to fall apart. And it's really just the shadow shape. You nail that shadow shape and it's going to look like the person. And then you don't have to put all that detail because it can end up being visually confusing when you have too much detail.
Mm.
And also eyes, typically, a lot of times they aren't straight across. Sometimes one will flip up. There's usually one that tilts up. Eyes, our eyes are not symmetrical. Okay, I'm going to throw in a nose. Noses have four planes. They have the side wings, and you can feel it. You can have you have a top surface, two side surfaces, and then the cartilage is a bottom. And it's the way you'll see it on the photos that we look at, and in your photos too. Like even here, you can see this is one side, and that breaking point, that transition from the shadow to the light happens right at the flat top of my nose. And now you all know, is this a hard edge or a soft edge? Let's see, trying to keep it. That's a soft edge
The soft edge.
because it's roundy. Hard edges happen when you have a hard, like a table, like a hard line, a hard transition from one surface to the other. Okay, and then lips. Lips, this is really the only truth that you need. When the light's coming here above you, the top one's going to be darker and the bottom one's going to be lighter. And no lips are the same. So we don't have the same shape top and bottom. And we don't look like those perfect Cupid lips that everyone does. And you really just have to study, slow down, and just really look at the curves and the angles to get the lips. But like when I draw, I usually just kind of pull and, well, it doesn't matter. We're going to slow down and start on the eyes. Okay, you ready? Allison, are you done?
No, I haven't. I didn't jump ahead.
Okay.
I was fussing when I was listening. I was fussing with the one on
Oh,
my,
with the ball?
no, that one,
Oh, just, I didn't see.
the one that one I've been working on for like a year.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I just have it. It's like in front of me, and I saw something, so I fixed it.
Yeah, it's really, you're learning how to see things differently. And you'll see it, but your body won't do it. Sometimes there's a disconnect between what you know and what you can do. And it just takes time for your body to catch up because what happens a lot of times is our brain will take over and shut it. So you see it, your brain thinks what it sees, and then your hand does what you think you see. But it's really about slowing down. One of the things that I have that I really work on, whenever I see an angle in a painting or somewhere, I draw a horizontal line. It goes straight across. So I just draw it straight across and then I put the angle in. You're going to have stuff like that. Okay? So what you need is the photocopy and you want to tape it down on your paper. Or on the table, or you want to have it because we're going to do like what we did with the plaster cast. And I will do this. I start I'll measure and start laying in how the facial features relate to one another, I will start doing that. Because when you get a good drawing, just a mapping of the facial features, it just makes everything go a lot easier and more fun to do. And when I draw this, I want to put an area because we're going to draw the facial features today or tonight, and then you can always go back and finish the head if you want. But today we're going to end up with something like this. Okay? So it's just very atmospheric. And then once you lay in the facial features, if you want, then you can go in and start building the head around it. Which I do this. I'll draw the facial features first, and then I add the head. Then I'll start cutting in the contour lines. All right. So do you remember how we start with the eyes? We start with the center line. And her eyes don't go straight across. This one tilts up, but it's in the dark, so I had to really zoom in to find it. So I marked the corners of the eyes. So what you want to do is you want to I start with the center line, and it just goes over and cups up a little bit. And then I measure the eye widths. And I just grab the eye width and bring it over here. And I check this, the center, her eyes are pretty much the same width all the way across. 1, 2, 3. They're close enough. 2, and then 3. So we just want to mark the eye widths. And the left one goes just a little bit of a tilt here, straight across, and then this one tilts up a little bit more. And then let's go ahead and mark this center line of her nose. And her nose is tilted just a bit. Do you see that? Which might be why this eye is kicked up a little bit. So it's like only about 1 degree. So it's not straight, it's just a little tilt. Not much, just a little. Then when I look at the eye, do you see how the center from corner to corner, the bottom lid is pretty close? Do you see that? The upper lid, it's humped up. It goes over the lid, over the eyeball. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Just start drawing in the eye. And then the bottom one, it scoops around a little bit and then over. Scoops around a little bit and then over. And I always like making the eyes a little bit bigger than what they are. And then do the same to the right one. You see more of the iris above the center line, the corners, so it goes up. And then the bottom is really close to that line. So she has roundy almond eyes. And then this one goes up. And sometimes I'll describe it. This one is long, up, over, and down. So it's long, up, over, and down. I get the irises in as quickly as I can. And the iris is covered by the lower lip and the upper lip. So it breaks out of the eyelids. I call them lips. And then this one over here, and they're pretty much in the middle of the eye. Do you see that? So the lower lip cuts this one off, and the upper cuts here. And what's really important is how the color breaks into the eyelid. It's just a little tiny detail, but the eyes feel off. It's usually that breaking point between the lid and the iris. Sometimes I'll draw beyond the lid just so that it's a round iris. And then I just throw some color in there. I don't want to be working with this pencil. Then I just lay some color into the iris. I like doing this so that I have someone to look at. Now I'm going to start tightening up the eye a little bit. Map it in. Do you see the tear duct? How it comes over here? Goes up. It kind of goes up around. There's like a little tear duct in here. There's one that comes down here. There's a little bit of a shape to it. So a tear duct comes down like a little thing. It goes up a little bit on the bottom and over. The upper lid comes down over the bottom lid just a little bit. My right, this eye over here on the right side feels a little bit too small. So I'm going to open it up.
Oh.
The eyeball itself breaks into the corners of the eye. So it goes here and it breaks into the tear duct right here. So it's like this. So do you see how it's dimmer over here in the corner of the eyes and dimmer here on the side of the ball?
It's almost black.
It's pretty dark. And I just kiss it. I put some color in it and then I just smudge it up a little bit. And then you could see her eyeball. Do you see this right here?
Mhm.
So do you see this dark shadow under here? That means you can see the cup, right? Is that cool? So here's the bottom of the cup and it wraps around her eyeball right there. So that happens that happens about right here. Okay, I'm getting ready to go, but I want to put this, do you see the upper lid right here? That's the top of the eyeball. So it's not up here. If this is the iris and this is the eyeball, it's right here. And it's pretty flat. And it comes down and around. And this is just like on the cast shadow on the light of the ball on the bottom of the ball. Where's my drawing? So this right here on her eyelid, you see how it's just catching a little bit of light? That's like over here. Now,
Mhm. Yeah.
can you see that?
Mhm.
Isn't
Yeah.
it cool? It's just like the ball. There's light. Now all of a sudden, the face, there's light hitting it, and this is absent of light, but it's just touching it, just a little kiss right there. And look at that. That's a little bit darker. This is dimmer. It's if you squint, do you see how this disappears? You can see it just barely. So I'm going to draw in her upper lid over here. I've got this iris is way too big, so I'm going to adjust it. It actually comes down here. I got it too tall. And I'm constantly looking from here to here, from the photo to here. Does it, and I ask, does it feel right? Does it feel right? We'll definitely put eyelashes on her, but eyelashes are like last. How are we doing? Oh, slow down. You want me to slow down? And I use a needle eraser.
So
We haven't even started on the shadow shapes yet. We're gonna let me know when you get this eye. I'm gonna start measuring in the nose. I'm gonna start laying that out. Let me see your eyes, if you have the eyes drawn. We don't necessarily have them shaded, just keep it real simple. How are we doing? Oh, just a minute, Judy. I gotta change my view. Okay, let me see. You got it. Try on this one, your corner, drop the corners down. Your corners feel like they go right to the top of the eye. Just pull the corner so it's taller on the top and skinnier on the bottom. And be real careful not to press your hand on outlining. Keep a relaxed hand if you can. You got the curve, this angle, you got that. And then, oh wait, how are we doing? I want to see so bad. Everyone breathe in, shoulders down,
It's not that easy.
breathe out. It's your first time to slow. We're not looking for perfection. We're not looking for perfection.
Well, I sent that email to myself at 6 and it's still not there. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna do it off the screen with you.
Oh, you don't have the, you don't have,
No, darn it. Sorry.
it's all right. Oh, you know what? I'll drop it in the Facebook group and then you have it on your phone. How's that?
I could open it on my computer, but it's gonna be, it's still not the same as having it.
Oh, having your fingers on it.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm
I'll do
measuring
it.
it.
I'll do it
I'll
on
do-
my iPad.
I'll check it
I'll
sometime.
measure a lot
Yeah.
off
Oh, you'll do it
iPad.
on my iPad? Yeah. I put a
Yeah.
request in for one of those for my kids. Like, I got a birthday coming up. They laughed at me.
You need an iPad.
What's up, you guys? Come on.
How are you doing with measuring it on the screen?
I didn't. I'm eyeballing it.
Your eyeball? That's fine.
I'm eyeballing the eyeballs. I'll go back and do it more precisely. But today I'm just gonna wing it. Yes. We weren't having this big storm. I was supposed to have a big birthday party for everybody here this weekend, and I was hoping I got a couple techie guys coming over, seeing if they could figure out why I can't print off my phone or off the Wi-Fi.
And get that rolling.
Yeah.
Well, you could do eyeballing. You know that you figure a width for the eye and you just move it across. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's usually what we do is
Okay.
live. So yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
all about the drawing, making the drawing feel right. Now the length of the nose. This is huge. When I discovered this, it made my drawings, it made them better because I always have I have a tendency to make the nose too long. So when I measured her, the width of the eye from the center line of the eye down goes to the bottom of her nose. So I'll take my drawing and I'll measure it down. I do a little mark, and I know that the tip of her nose, and you can tell that's a tip because do you see the transition from the light to the dark? So her nose, you could see part of her nose. Some people do that. You can see the nostrils. On my face, you can't. My tip is this on mine is flat as a pancake underneath my nose. Hers rolls down. And that I could tell that this is a tip because the shadow stops here, the transition happens here. So this is the upper plane. This is a wing. Can you see on the photo? I have this blown up.
Can you tell me the measurement again between the eyes to the nose?
Yeah, you capture the width of the eye. You turn it so the top goes to the center line of the corners, the corner of the eyes, and then your finger should go right here. So the distance from here, this center line of the eye corners, down is one eye width. I think that's so cool, right? Because
Yeah.
this is one eye width. The center is one eye. This is one eye. And then from this point to this point is one eye. Isn't that freaky?
It is.
Look how symmetrical our faces are.
And then they're not. Well, I guess
Yeah.
they are. Yeah.
And they do vary. And I tried this. If you go from the center line to the eye, the outside eye, you should be able to drop to go to the bottom of the nose, but it doesn't. It doesn't on her. And it might be because she's tilting her head back a little bit.
Yeah.
We're working in perspective. That could be a factor. The photo could be distorted. So once I have that one eye to the tip of her nose, now I can do a direct measure, a real quick measure from there to grab the bottom. So it goes about here. The width of the nose, you can barely see it, but it goes almost straight up and down at the corner of the eye is her nostril hubcap. And then this one also goes straight up and down for the other side of the nostril hubcap. And now I've got the bottom of the nose here. I've got the top plane of the nose. Here's this distance right here from the center line. And this is where the top plane is here. And there's a wing that happens about right here. If I look at it, do you see how it wraps around like this?
Uh-huh.
Noses have a ball at the top. So it's going around that ball. You can feel it on your nose. Can you feel this ball right here?
Yep.
I mean, you can feel it. This is a ball. Two little ovals or circles. Side planes, those are the wings. And then here's the top. It's really cool when you start thinking of it structurally like that. It's so much easier to draw versus a painting nose, you know? When you start thinking oh, this is the side, this is the top. I never thought of stuff like this before until I started teaching this. Then I'm like, oh,
That works.
oh, okay. I could draw that. It's like drawing a house, you know, it's got a top and the sides, or a ball. We
Yeah,
we
ball.
basically have a ball. This is our head, and then the form, the way the light goes. Yes. So
Yeah,
we have a bread loaf actually, because we have the top, the front, the sides, and the back.
a bread
Yeah.
loaf.
Portraits are easy. When you don't think of them as people or trying to get the likeness, and just draw the shadow shapes and get the locations, easy, right? Let me
Mm-hmm.
see some idea. See, come on.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just shadow, like you said. It's just shadow. I love it.
The proper placement of shadow is all it is. Okay, I'll change.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna start to get silly. It's gonna start happening.
Okay. I think that's okay.
That's all right. So now I'm going to draw a nostril. And I'm just drawing in everything nice. And you don't see a nostril here, so don't draw it.
Okay.
Do you see that?
Yeah. It's all dark.
And nostrils are dark near up here at the top, and they catch some light down here. So do you see the value? It goes dark on the inside at the upper right. It's dark there. And then it's a
Oh yeah.
mid-tone. This is a hard edge. This is a soft edge. So I'm just gonna tickle in some color here. I'm just starting to kind of move around a little bit. And the nostril, this hubcap, is not a line. This is one piece of value up against another. So this marionette line is just
Yeah.
a piece of value. And it goes here, and it comes up here. I'm going to check her nose width. It's about right. This bottom of her nose comes down and it angles up. Her nostrils don't go straight across.
Mm-hmm.
It lifts up just a little bit.
Your focus keeps going in and out.
I just saw that.
Huh?
I just saw that. There we go. Huh. Why is it doing that?
Ah,
Hmm.
that one nice looking nostril you drew there, girl.
You
How'd
see?
you do that? How'd you do that?
And nostrils aren't round. They're all different shapes, but do you see hers? It humps up. There we go.
Yeah.
And then I just started mapping in this line right here, her shadow. Um, this line right here.
Mm-hmm.
That apex, that point right here, happens about right here. It goes up.
Yeah, you're really fussy now.
Why is it doing that? This minute. Let me do that.
It's very nice.
Oh, is it my hair? I think it is. My hair's getting, yeah.
Oh, so when you bend over, it
Yeah, my
refocuses.
curls.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go. Okay,
Okay.
I got,
Oh,
no.
there you go.
All right. I wonder if I have enough light. No. Okay. So I started mapping in this transition line, this bed bug line right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay. And then do you see this shadow shape right here? I'm just going to start laying this in, this shape right here.
Mm-hmm.
And this right here around her eye, here's her eyebrow. This is the upper lid. And this is that thing above her upper lid. It happens about in the middle of her eye. Do you see that? So I'm just going to go up here, middle of her eye, and then I'm just going to draw it. And in relationship, the eyebrow goes beyond the corner of the eye, just a little bit. That's good enough.
Mm,
And then the top.
that's funny. That was a trick I learned when I did Mary Kay.
What's that?
You're supposed to line up your You're supposed to line up your nose, the side of your nose. Here, I'll put my glasses up. You're supposed to line up your side of your nose to the edge of your eye, and that's supposed to be where your eyebrow ends.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like don't paint your eyebrow past that line. Yeah, right, like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So push it up towards her nose a little bit more. Yeah. And then at the very edge of her eye, no, you got to go down from her eye right there, right there. Yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
so she could paint it all the way over to here?
Yeah. Well, she has it a little bit there.
Yeah,
So,
she does.
and
Just
you
the
have
tip.
your pencil narrows out there. So it's not actually, you need to use
My
stick,
perspective's off too. I can't see it because
your
it's too,
stick.
I'm on my tippy toes drawing this.
Oh, really?
My table is too high.
So
Now,
that's cool because I thought, wow, look at that. Because that's like what I learned when I was in doing faces, makeup. You doing makeup.
now when you draw it, this is just a couple, I would keep this really light.
Yeah.
She really doesn't have a dark,
Kind of feathered.
yeah, just kind of a feathery. Not in each individual hair, I'm not going to do that. And then when I do the shadow, I'm just going to go right over the eyeball. And I'm just going to shadow underneath. Oh, man. And I'm just coming in real on the right side of the face. I'm just putting value on it all the way over. Damn, why is it doing that? Okay. She looks a little angry, so I think I've got this too severe, but I'm just gonna pull some of that out. Huh. Do you see it pulsing?
Huh?
Yeah.
Look, it's like pulsing. I'm gonna try something.
Well, we don't have to squint.
What?
We don't have to squint when it does that.
No, like
Squinting for us.
it's just when I put my hand on the paper that it does it. Good night. Huh. Okay. Go ahead. If you want, you could put her lips on, or you could just leave her with her nose and her.
Okay, what's the measurements on the lips?
So the lips, all I do is I direct measure. I grab
Hmm.
that, I pull it across, and it goes right here. I just go to the top of the lip and then I start building it out. And then
Okay, well,
you could go to the center of the mouth, catch that.
let's get the big heart lips.
Yeah, she has a cupid bow. And she also has a little bit of a smile. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So the center of her mouth, it kind of tweaks up a little bit like this. And it goes straight across. And then the corner of the lip goes not quite to the center of the eye. Whenever you smile, they'll distort your features, you know, the
Mhm.
standards that we learn. Check the thickness of the lip. And then here's where the mouth, so you have the cupid bow, and it goes straight down and clicks over a little bit. Straight down and clicks over a little bit. There's a little thickness right there. And even that this isn't a straight line, it has a little bit of a thing right there. And then this side, you can't see it.
Right.
It just falls into shadow. Her philtrum comes down like this. And then do you see how it dips down? So it's catching that side of it, the light, and there's a little shadow on the left. I think I've got her upper lip too tall, but I'm not going to. It's better to work on a angle because otherwise everything, the perspective gets out. And then I'm just going to pull her cheek out like this. Pull her. And her eye is in shadow. And then the bottom lip. We'll talk more about lips later, but I'm just getting a little something on here just so that she's not lipless. She has really full lips. Then I'm going to change. I've been working with this little tiny point. I'm going to change to a regular pencil. And you want to make sure that you have a sharp point when you start doing this. When you start shading, it's easier to get into the small corners and stuff like that. How are we doing? Oh, Miss Met, hold it.
Can't see mine. Some better light.
Nice. You're getting it.
I am. I get like the shadow part thing. It's actually easier when you do it that way.
It with the shadow, it is.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's just shadow. I don't have to worry about that. That's in shadow.
I know. You don't have to put all that detail over there.
I can just kind of draw it in. They go, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about that. It's there underneath all that shadow. Nice. I like it. Okay, so now I gotta do a little eraser
Jeannie, how
work.
you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see where you're at. Oh, you're getting it. Your lines, I'm going to show you something real quick. Like the outlines are a little bit too dark. So take your knead eraser, make a little tip, and like around the eyelid, the outline around the eyes, just kind of tap it out a little bit. And around the mouth, just tap it out. Or you could take do you have one of these? You could take a stump and like on the mouth, pull that outline out. But it's looking really good. You're getting it. Yes. You're getting it. Allison, how are you doing? Let me see where you're at.
I don't know if my lighting's not good. Might have to send you a picture
Okay.
because it's like right here.
Oh yeah, it's blowing it out.
Yeah. Some picture. Disclaimer, I haven't really touched the left side much.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'm just starting on the left side.
Left side. Grab the like, do you see the outlines?
Yeah.
Just take your kneaded eraser and kiss them out. Break them up. Actually, Jeannie, share a picture so I could see it on here in the group. Take a picture of it and share it in the group.
Me?
Yeah, Jeannie and Julie.
Well, I might.
And then I'll stop interrupting and let you guys just fall into the abyss of drawing what you see.
Smudged up too much.
And really, I haven't really gone in and added much darkness to mine. I just want to try to get some color on it. And then I could start darkening. Like these eyelashes. Oh, nice, Allison. Is Allison, what medium are you working in on your son?
Oh, that's that pastel.
Oh, okay. Sweet. The pastel pans?
Yeah, I started with pastel pencils, did the contour line, and then played with I had some chalks, and then I found those pan pastels and started messing with them. So there's a little bit of a mix in there,
Yeah.
but I'm trying not to use blacks for shadows, purples and siennas, and trying to pull in different so it keeps it soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it when they add black into the palette. It's to me it's just a wasted color.
Yeah, unless you're doing a black and white, which can be really like this. I think maybe pan pastels would be kind of fun for this sort of.
Oh yeah. It would. It's all the same, except you'll be using color, as your value. And it's better to mix blacks than it is to use it straight from the tube or from the pan. And on her eye, do you see how it's darker up here and lighter, some light that catches down here? And the highlight, you get the highlight later. The highlight to last.
Oops.
So the upper lid has a thickness into the line because of the eyelashes. So there's actually kind of an outlining thing that's happening up here. Drop the shadow onto the eyeball. There's a little bit of value underneath the eyelid, the bottom lid. And this is where it gets crazy fun. It's dark here. So I'm just kind of walking around her face and I'm like describing as I see it. And there's a little bit of a dark thickness in here. And then I'll take a knead eraser, create a point, and just lift out. If I have an outline on the bottom of the lid, the bottom lid, I'll lift that line out because there's no outline on the bottom. And the color of the white of the eyeball is actually, let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit of shadow back here in the eyeball, the white of the eyeball. And then I'm gonna flick a eyelash out. What you do is you go along the eyelid and you lift it out. You just flick it up, flick it up. And you only want to do a couple flicks. You don't want to do a bunch. You know those, our daughter, Morgan did it. You know those fake eyelashes and their eyelashes are huge.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like she has on in this.
Yeah, it
Is it
does,
like
doesn't it?
they touch that that lower brow line?
It's, I'm like, they look startled. I guess there's stuff from the 70s that was tacky and should have stayed in the 70s and not come forward.
Oh, yes.
And then the right side, the nose, do you see how the nose wing is a little bit dimmer? And everything on the shadow side of the face, it's all within one step of value. Let's see. Okay. Here's a cheek that's hit by the light just a little bit. It's pretty dark. And then I'm squinting. Oh, so then the range of value from this light to here is about this, about 4 steps. But when I squint down, I would keep it 2. Because if I want her to look really atmospheric, like she's just coming off the page, keep the values knitted together. I don't have a wide range of value over here. Because we want what's in the light to show, not necessarily the shadow. And when I do this, I move my pencil in one direction. You don't want to scribble. Scribbles are hard to make flat. They're hard to blend out. I'm going to go ahead and darken her eye. She has a little bit of a dark in the upper lid. The left side of her eye pretty much just fades into the dark. There's some nuance through here. And yeah. This eye got a little bit too small, so I'm just going to open it up a little bit. So I'm pulling the light out, but that's going to be too bright. So I lift out and then I knit it back together. So I'll do that again. If it gets like my eye got too thin, too narrow, I want to open it up. So I'm going to pull some color out. But it's too light. It pops out. And I'm going to push it back in. I'll knit it together. So I'm kind of pushing and pulling. Wiping on and wiping off. There we go. So the cool thing about this, you can correct the drawing with your values. So you just get the drawing in the right place, and then the way you apply your darks and lights will impact the final drawing. Now, if I was on your side, I'd be like, wait a minute, Michelle. Why did I spend all the time laying out and measuring and getting it just right, right? And now you're telling me that it's once you start laying the value, now you can start moving things to correct. So you don't have to have it exact, you can, because the drawing's fluid. It's going to move on you. When you're drawing or painting, you're like, oh, I got it. And then all of a sudden you'll lose it. But it's all right because you can get it back because this is paper and pencil. And it's an eraser. And you can always fix it. It's just paper and pencil.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put just a little bit of a blush. Like here. She's catching some light over here, but there's a nuance right here. Do you see that? So with a dirty finger, I'm just going to pull under her cheek like that. I'm going to go ahead and bring some up on her brow or her forehead. And then I'm going to darken under here, upper lip. So do you see how her eyelid is popping out just by darkening beside it? So I had this. There was all one value. Now I'm going to darken up here underneath her brow. And that's going to make this lighter, just like we did on the ball, the cast shadow, the reflected light. So I'm manipulating edges and values. And this is such a different concept. It's totally different, isn't it? It feels weird, does it? Are y'all, is it clicking in for you? You get it? Or do you feel like you're like, oh my gosh? Tell me what it feels like.
Feels like her face comes out at me and then it goes and then it changes. It just keeps changing.
Yes. It's like you'll see
Okay,
yours.
so then it's like, okay, that looks right, but then this side, but then yeah, then you play around with it a little bit more, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, there it is.
And you just keep moving through it.
So it's like her face moves out of the page after a while. Seems
Yes.
like to me, right or wrong. I'm not obsessing on whether it's right or wrong. I'm just trying to go.
That's exactly what it feels like. And sometimes what I'll do is if everything's feeling disjointed, then I should be working with this side of my finger, and I'll just do this. I'll marry it. I'll just marry it together.
Yeah.
And then if things start feeling separate from one another, like pieces and parts are flying about, just go through and do a wash with your finger across the top of it. And that will knit everything together. Her bottom lip, we'll talk more about lips, but I'm just looking at some of the value. It's a little darker, close to the lip. I don't know, the center line of the lip, I guess. The separation of the upper lip and the bottom lip. It's a little darker on the bottom, top lip,
Mm-hmm.
because it's curled. It curls into the face. So when things go into the face, they get dimmer, and then they get lighter as they come out. This, because the lips go into the face here, it's a little dimmer over here. And then that will pop it out. So as things go away from the light, they get darker. When they come into the light, like the nostril, it gets lighter. Some of the stuff's like, yeah, that makes sense. But then when you go to do it, it's like, wait,
Mm-hmm.
it all kind of floats around on you. And if you have an outline on your lips, tap it out. It's one piece of value, and it's actually a soft edge right there. It's not a hard edge.
Mm-hmm.
If you do a hard edge, it'll look like she has wax lips on.
Like she has what on?
Wax lips.
Hex.
You know those Halloween lips that you put
The
on?
fake ones? Yeah.
Or it'll look like she's using lip liner. Her
Yeah.
lipstick went bad. And the nose, do you see how this side on the left is lit like a light mid-tone? And the nostril on the right side is dark. Do you see that? It's subtle, but it goes from dark to light, just like on the value ball that we did,
Mm-hmm.
where it went from dark to light. We have the same thing here. It's going from dark to light. I'm going to clean this up a little bit on her eyebrow. A little bit, make sure you get the shadow. We have shadow on the top of her eyebrow on the left. Subtle. This has a little bit of cast shadow over here. This can go darker. Her nose throws a shadow. Do you see the shadow on her nose right here under her cheek? It's subtle. It's not, it's just a little bit dimmer than the cheek. This got a little bit too light, so I'm going to knit it together a little bit. Nuance here underneath her eyebrow. I'm going to pull some hairs out. Okay, I'm going to stop with mine because
This looks better. This looks better to me than what I had before. Just doing a
Let me
little
see.
bit more of the, yeah, going through it again. Looks a lot better.
And when you're drawing, and I have this, I know not to stop. You'll go through an ugly stage. You're
Yeah,
drawing some
okay.
paintings. We'll go through an ugly stage,
Yeah.
but you just embrace it and keep moving through it. That's if you stop at the ugly stage, then you're shortchanging yourself. It's just keep moving through. And then you can say, okay, I don't even want to look at the photo. I just want to play in the face.
Get the camera angle out of there.
If you need to take a potty break, I'll be right back. Your lip gets a little bit too fat, just move the value up. I want to be careful because that got way too dark. So I might have to kiss some of that out. I can darken what's beside it. Okay, that gives her a little goatee, so I don't like that. I can lift it out, but I'm going to darken all this. And it's dark because what's beside it is too light.
You want mute? No, but I can't wait.
So if something's dark, too dark, just dim what's beside it. And that's too dark because this takes over. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to kiss it out. I'm just popping. There we go. And I'll knit it together. So if something is looking like a woolly bear, dark underneath or a goatee, just kiss it out and blend it in. And I'm just going to darken under here a little bit. And I'm barely touching. I'm just getting my pencil over it, like I'm barely touching it. I'm not pressing at all.
What number pencil are you using there?
I use a 6B. 6B. What number are you using?
I was using a 6B. Mine just seemed to be grabbing the paper more. Probably because of the weight, but
Well, what kind of paper do you have?
it's the Strathmore drawing.
Is it the yellow? Is it yellow
Yeah.
on the front?
Yes.
Hmm.
But
Because
I think with the shading and everything, it's a matter of practicing my tornadoes.
well,
I like,
it could be the paper. Julie was having troubles because she was working on mixed media paper.
uh-huh.
So if you're struggling, it could be the products. If things aren't working the way you want them to. And even the brand of pencil. So one brand of pencil versus another, one works for me, the other one doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're struggling getting a smooth flat field of value, or if it's gripping it too much, you might need a smoother paper.
Well, I'll probably stick with this for now,
For now, yeah.
could I use like a lighter pencil?
Yeah, try that. Do you have a 4B or a 2B?
Yeah.
Try that.
Okay.
What brand pencils are you using?
Oh, let
Can
me
you
see
see?
if I can read that. Hesting something.
Was it start with?
Hesting ping or something. First Hessian. My husband got me a little kit for my Christmas
Oh,
present.
did he?
Yeah. So we just ordered it online.
Okay.
And so I don't know that there are any of the name brands. It's a nice little kit to start with, though.
Yes. Sometimes, like, I don't use a 9B
Uh-huh.
because the pencil lead it's really dark, but it gets waxy. So sometimes the graphite has a wax feel to it. So your pencil brand might be darker than
I think the lead is a little softer. It seems to grab the paper. I like when you
so yeah,
look at the
definitely
line.
go try a 4B and
Okay.
see how that works for you.
Okay.
And that it was like
Yeah, when you're struggling with values, it isn't always you. Sometimes it's the products.
Well, I think there's probably me too.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, the learning the pressure, you know,
Yes.
would help too.
How to get your products to work the way you want them to.
Yeah.
Something I do with the eyes, like here, I'll take my kneaded eraser and actually do this a lot. And this is where serendipity happens. So do you see how it's pulled right through here? And I'm not, right now it's solid, I've got kind of a solid line right there. So what I do is I create a point and I slow way down and then I'm trying to get so I can see it. And then what I do is I just go in and I lift it.
mhm.
Because that light, do you see how I did that?
Yeah.
I'll do it to this one. This one I'm going to go down. This one I'm going to do an arc up. Some of this is it's just a subtle break. Do you see how that brought to life?
Uh-huh.
And it was just, I make a tip and all I'm doing is I'm swiping across, not hard, and just a swipe and then stop.
That's enough. It's enough.
That's with my eyes. I get those, nuances in there, and a lot of it is just serendipity and just a pulling and pushing, and it's not intentional. So sometimes just allow yourself to be relaxed and just you see something and just pull it out.
Mhm.
And if you need to go in and touch it, but don't overwork it, just darken it if you need to. And that's when the fun really happens, when you're just holding and you're pulling, and yeah. And what I'm doing is I'm just on this side where the light's coming, right up here. I'm just setting it down and breaking that line. And so it is a solid dark edge.
Soften those lips a little bit more.
How are we doing? You guys disappear on me.
I'm redoing my lips.
And even then, like that, you could feel like you're doing lipstick, right? It's
Well, it was like it looked like she had like the whole thing, like she had the lip liner on. I had the lip liner lip.
you had the outlined lips.
Yeah,
There's
which is, I mean, I like them, but
there's something in our heads that we feel like we have to outline everything,
uh-huh.
and that's just that happens a lot.
I'm trying to make it blend more, right? Because that's what we're talking
Yes.
about, right? Make it blend, so that looks better.
Have you drawn like this before? Is this a new thing for you?
I haven't drawn in so long. I mean, like this, like a face. Although I did take a class.
On portraits?
Uh-huh. That's what when you said you were gonna do portrait. I wanted to do portraits, and then I took a class. I took a class this summer downtown.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Some guy taught it, and I signed up for it. I went downtown, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but I did have great success in drawing a person that came to the class. And I don't know if have you ever drawn a black person before?
Oh, I love drawing black people.
They're
I love
so
seeing them.
easy.
Oh my
Everybody's like,
gosh.
I never did it before, and I did it from a photograph. I took her picture,
Yeah.
and it was like a sunny day, so I had all the shadows, and it was really, this is her. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So I got to do her, and then everybody was all excited.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and that was the thing. But I didn't think, and then it was like, okay, I can do a portrait. Maybe I can do more portraits. And so then, because I had a big fail when I was in college, I had to do my self portrait, and it kind of looked awful like the one I did today, the first meeting. So actually, my girlfriend came in and saved me, so I didn't flunk the class. But um, the I took a class at the Hainer Center
Yes.
here in town, and it was a guy doing color. He did color pencils.
Oh, you took that one.
Yeah,
I saw that.
and it was really hard.
I
And it
heard some
wasn't, and this is so much better.
yeah, I heard some mixed reviews. I do a figure drawing at the Hainer Center on
Oh,
Thursday afternoons.
uh-huh.
And yeah, we have a live model and we set up and draw them.
Oh, nice.
And so I saw a show,
It was a
but
beautiful show.
yeah, some of the women are like they were a little disappointed with the class,
Yeah.
but I didn't get all the details.
I think it was, well, first of all, the class was huge.
Mm.
So he couldn't give really any kind of,
You did,
individual instruction. And then we spent all this time going around introducing ourselves, and it's like, I don't think we should have done that. I
oh,
think I
yeah,
just want to get to it, I paid for this class. I want to get at it. And
yeah,
so
you want to meet people. Yeah,
I mean, it'd be okay if it was a series of classes like this or something, and then,
right,
you know, you can get to know people, but it was like, and there were people that would go on and on about they were all into his online classes. They were like,
right.
and so I was like, oh, but yeah, it was just, I thought it was um not what I expected. Let's put it that way. I mean, he tried, but I don't know if with that many
It's,
people in the class, you can't be extra friendly.
yeah, and sometimes the
But
workshops, they're good painters, but not necessarily a good teacher.
yeah, I think he's really good online because it's not like, ad-libbing, it's all like controlled.
Right.
So I don't know. I thought I could see where he'd be a good teacher if you did like took numerous classes, but the way he was so meticulous about everything, I'm not a meticulous person. I have a hard time getting down to this, like getting really detailed is what I need to work on because I don't do that.
Yeah, I
Give
don't
me the
either.
palette knife, right?
Yes,
I can work wonders, remember?
I do.
Give me the palette knife. I've had it. I'm going to the palette knife.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
but this really isn't detailed.
no, I like it because it's shadow and
It's just all shadow and light.
yeah.
It's not,
This
and you get the essence and the feeling of them without a lot of detail. There isn't much drawing.
yeah, I think so. This last picture I just sent looks a lot better
Oh, you sent me? Okay.
without the lip liner. Not better.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
just
just sending photos again. Okay. Yes.
this needs to go away. This line right here, whatever that
Look
is.
at the her eyeballs. The see how on her, I'll show you this. Do you see in here, even though it's white of the eye, do you see how dim that is right here?
Yeah.
And do you see how dim this is? Just there's no white in that eyeball. It's all very, see how dark that is? That's the
Mm-hmm.
white of her eye.
Yeah.
And then,
The same color as your lid.
yeah, pretty much. Look how dark that is. That's white of her eye. So
Hmm.
this is where your brain, look at your drawings. If this is white, it can't be because when I block it out, do you see
Yeah.
how dark that is?
Yeah.
This part is a lot lighter where the light's catching it. The only reason this looks white is because of that on the value ball. Same thing. This is a
Uh-huh.
harder edge right here.
Yeah.
And when you squint down, you'll see that that's dimmer than that.
Oh yeah.
So just that's an easy fix. You just take
Mhm.
your finger right here
Smudge it up.
and
Yeah.
just smear it up under her eyelashes.
Hmm.
They're perfectly, she's been using that perfect eyeliner thingy or the
Hmm.
eye
Yeah.
brush, but fuzz them up. Do you see how fuzzy they are?
No. They fuzzy at the end. Okay.
Right. Do you see here, down in
She's
here?
got like a little flip. Yeah.
It's a little so fuzzy that up so they aren't in each individual one. That looks good. Look at that. You have a definite shadow and light. Nice. Allison, nice. The and there's a hierarchy of shadows here. And right when I explain it, you'll see it. So this shadow here,
Yeah, it's too dark.
do you see that? Here's this here's her marionette shadow here, and
Yeah.
here's the shadow over here. Do you see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So this right here, what you could do, because it's now the photo, it might not be like that, but the contrast feels a little bit too much here between the, so just make a flat edge and just peel off the top layers of that.
Yeah, I did.
Did you get it? You already did it.
Yeah, as soon as I sent it, I saw it.
And this edge right here, do you see this is almost too hard?
It's not that hard I think maybe it's a picture.
It could be.
I wonder if I can play with it. get
Look
brown.
at that. And same with here. This feels like,
It's like it's in the photograph, there's a shadow that you can't see under the eye. That's the mid-tone. It's weird.
oh, it didn't
Yeah,
capture it? Got
like
it.
washed it out. There's like from that little line under her eye that you're pointing at. I'm
Right
sorry.
there.
I'm pointing at my screen like you can see it. Yeah. There's a mid-tone that makes that little semicircle under her eye.
Right
It's
in here.
yeah, it's just not picking it up in the picture.
Got it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can
look at that. This
let me
is
try and darken it up a little bit so it shows up a little bit more.
just Mary. This could be, try this with your drawing. Because right now it feels a little bit separated. Take your finger and just go over, pet the eye a little bit like this.
Got it.
And just that will help marry things a little bit. And disjoint it is a word.
Got it.
A little too individual. Just try that. See what happens. See if you like that. Yeah, this is really nice. She's coming out. And then what you could do to make things really atmospheric is just pull it all the way out. And then it looks like they just emerging from the paper. Nice. Julie, you got that one. Allison. Oh, Jeannie, let me see yours.
It's the last bit I did.
You could see her in there from the one that you did before. Have you saw another one, Jeannie?
No, because I really haven't done too much different on any.
On
I was
this?
going to. I thought we were over at 8.
Oh, we are. But
Just
let me
keep going
comment.
until we can't go anymore.
I know. Till we all fall over. Jeannie, look at her. She's starting to come out. Just keep working on her. I could see her in here. Yeah. Did working with a 4B pencil, did that help?
I haven't tried that. I'm going to try that this as I practice with things. I think some of it was pressure I was putting. Mine looks so much lighter than the other ladies, and yeah, when I do it, it seems so dark to me. So I just have to work on how it's coming,
So there is something about that. And this is the weirdest thing, and I have this with my art, with my paintings. When you look at it, what I see isn't what other people see. Because when you look at it, you like, oh, that's so dark. And then when you compare, and being in the small group, you can see what the others are doing. You're like, wait. So you have to learn how to calibrate your eyes. I'm not even sure.
What's helping is the photograph though, because then when I see it in the photograph, I see that maybe something's a little askew or it's too, So I think I'll start practicing with that a little bit more.
Taking photos, compress it. So looking at the photo is what other people see. And you can also take a mirror and stand like this and look at the mirror with the image behind it. And then that helps you too to see what other people see.
Okay.
And what you could also do, what we think and what we should be doing, is walking away. So you put the drawing up, clean your eyes. I'll look away, close my eyes, clean my eyes, turn 3 feet away and look. And then that separates you from that micro vision of like, oh my gosh, where you could see those darks and, those huge jumps.
Yeah, just using the light and shadow though, that is a transition from the way I would draw, and I would draw I was like copy paper and and
Wait, doing what?
two, the number two pencil that you use at work and things like that. So that's been my art supply. So using the different art pencils and
It's
understanding
a
the
We
shadow.
should
totally,
take you shopping, girl.
I know.
The whole fun part of this is that you get to go buy stuff.
Well,
It's
then
a
use it.
art
There's
supply.
like driving newer cars. You have to get.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's like when you start a new sport. Like I like to play golf because I like golf clothes.
I
You know
love
what I
buying
mean?
art
You
supplies.
know what I mean? It's like
But one thing that you have, Jeannie, your line, you have beautiful gesture line.
Thank
So
you.
right now, when you can start incorporating shadow to give it some, some stability,
Mhm.
and then put your gesture line on top of it, because that's easy for you. Doing gesture lines, that's something that, you develop, or it's hard to teach that, like just, and you've got
You say
that.
gesture line though. What is that?
When you use a line on your drawings,
yeah.
your lines are
Right?
very expressive.
Yeah. It's like the
Uh,
intuitive way your hand moves that gives you that. Yeah. It's like you're talking with your hands.
yeah, you're
I
telling
sent,
a story through your line.
I sent you a picture with better light. So hopefully it came through better this time. I had to take it with my phone, not with Messenger.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, I think she's done.
You're having fun with this, aren't you? Nice. Beautiful.
I tend to put too much detail in sometimes, like
Less detail.
making me pull the lens out a little bit, because then my eye wants to finish what I can't see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It gets kind of a different technique because, and this is from an old lady, but I remember in the 50s when they would draw, and you get the books how to draw and things like that. They looked an awful lot like this,
Yes.
And so, I mean, I think that it's cool. It's just a different, like a different way of bringing out that portrait. Like it's more of a detailed. Uh, I don't know. She reminds me of Marilyn Monroe. This picture, the way she drew her.
Yeah.
But so it's not like it's right or wrong. It's just a different way of her art. Her art coming. But it reminds me of the 50s and 60s, the way they would draw portraits in school or in the art books and things. Maybe
So
not in yours, but in the dime store. So
yeah, this way of drawing is it's mastery level drawing. Like
uh-huh,
you would go to France and take a class and learn how to do this.
uh-huh,
And it's really it's like you feel like you got a lot of detail in there, but there's no detail.
uh-huh. No, I like it. I'm just saying
It's
it's
really
different than what,
it's
you
totally
know,
different, isn't it?
yeah, uh-huh. Because you're actually creating the image. It's almost like from a negative, or how to express that. It's like
It's
the opposite of
backward.
negative, but you're bringing in those shadows, like if you were looking at a
Yeah,
negative, that kind of thing. And instead of with a picture, a finished picture will be look like it's real. It's got the color here, color there, but actually everything is softly blended together in a person. Like you're not just an eye or hair or something like that. You're
right.
blended with the light and dark, but we don't look at it that way when we're
We
taught
see
to draw
detail.
this other way. You see,
Right.
and so it's for me, it's like instead of drawing the lines, to learn to look at it in the light and dark and
Yes.
feel that as I draw.
This is how people that draw or paint hyperrealism, this is how they start.
Mhm.
This
Mm.
is because you
I
have
love
to
that. I
have,
just think that it's
huh?
beautiful and the way they can make things look alive through that.
This is how you get to hyperrealism.
Mhm.
By shadow, big shapes. You have the big shadow and light shapes. And then you
Okay.
start making them smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Okay.
This is the first steps to hyperrealism.
Ah, okay.
Isn't it cool? So you're taking
Yeah.
the big pieces and then you break them down into smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Well,
cool?
I'm just looking at my pictures real quick as I posted them, how it changed as I worked through it. It's kind of cool.
And it's
You
really
know
cool.
how
It's
we
like they emerge. They start
yeah, and so you
emerging.
work on them and they get better and better and better and they just kind of come out of the page.
And it's really about I'm constantly reflecting when I'm drawing, I'm constantly seeing how does this shape relate to that shape, where the position is, how does the value on the lit side, kind of like what we did with Allison, that
Yeah.
marionette in the lit side is
Yeah.
lighter than the marionette on the dark side. So there's constant juxtaposition between light and dark. I'm
Hmm.
constantly flipping back and forth. Now, this took years for me to be able to muscle memory and flipping back and forth. When I started drawing trees, that's when things started clicking for me.
Remember that.
Drawing trees, which are very figurative, right? The arms, the branches.
Well, I remember that. Hey, happened to be around when that happened. And
With
I
the trees.
remember the whole thing was that the light and dark wasn't what your eye saw. It was the opposite. It was, and it was your light bulb went on. And it was like, yeah, I guess you're right. I never thought of that. Now I just love your tree drawings. They're so great.
Oh, I do. Too. I think. I,
Yeah. But
you're
I
good.
remember when that light bulb went on. I don't know why I was there, but I remember you going because you were, we were painting and it was like, okay, because what you think in front is light is dark and yeah, it was really wild when you explained it.
I painted. I was at art at the Arnold, and we had models that we painted, and I'm standing, and you didn't know what model you would get. I'm standing there with my easel, and these Barbie, skinny little white girl, pasty white girl, skinny, was standing there, and I'm like, I'm not painting that, not doing it. And I saw this black guy, and he was a boxer, and his skin was so dark. I grabbed my easel and I ran for the him,
Yeah.
and his color in his skin was so beautiful, but it was the light on his muscle. I kept trying to make it whiter and whiter and whiter. And then I realized, wait, to make this look lighter, the shadow had to be darker.
Oh yeah.
Let that sink, right? We
Hmm.
think to make something look lighter, we have to erase it or put white paint on it.
Yeah.
We put what's beside it darker. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Make it look lighter, you make it darker beside it.
It's like my hair. I got undertones under my hair.
Yeah,
Dark underneath.
and that makes this look lighter. Yeah, that's
Whatever
the cool
works.
thing about it.
Well,
So
I
when
have
you,
to say good night.
oh, are you done? You look like you're about ready to fall asleep.
It's been kind of a long day. But thank you, and I will practice.
Yeah,
And
play with this and share it in the group. I want to see it. You've got a great start.
okay, all right, I will. I promise.
Okay.
All right, good night, everyone.
Good
All
night.
right.
Stay safe in the cold.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Have a good bundle up into the weekend. It's like going to be a snuggly weekend.
Oh, it really is.
Be blanketed
Bye-bye.
in snow. Bye, Jean.
Okay, we'll see you
Bye, Jean.
next time. Bye.
Hey, bye. Am I out? No, I'm not out.
Do you know how to get out?
I'm trying. I think just X, right?
You got it. How you doing, Ellison?
I'm good. I'm just playing right now.